It's the Dynasty front office, and we are building you championships one trade at a time. I'm your host, Jesse Schneeman, and I'm here with the three spookiest friends anyone could ever have, starting with the auspicious Austin Bell. How you doing tonight, Austin?
Oh, I'm great, man. I remembered again that football's terrible, and I've also remembered with fantasy how much I hate it. But it's still fun. So I guess that's good. But nah, man, I'm good. It's another week we get to talk, have fun. How are you?
I'm great. We got some fun times tonight. Mike's gonna drop out and come right back. It's some fun times tonight planned, some spooky Halloween stuff. This year the bad beats for me. I don't have to tell you. It's been really, really rough. My main man, Chad Mendoza, how's it been for you?
Yeah, not good. Not good. Yeah, all my players are going down. I'm like, it feels like every time I open an app, doesn't matter what app it is. Anytime I just unlock my phone, I get a notification. I'm like, oh god,
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do here? I don't know what fun Austin's talking about because I'm not having fun. None of this is fun. I'm like, all this planning I did, all this excitement I had for my rosters
for this season.
Yeah, it's gone already. Usually that happens like mid season, like where you start stressing a little bit. But like I can't remember a season where it's happened this early, like in almost all my leagues.
At least you're not trying to run the Arizona Cardinals. Oosh. Or the Niners.
The Niners is really the one.
Yeah.
At least they're not the Jets, so
it's true.
That didn't have anything to do with injuries, but
no,
yeah.
Jets.
Make that comment.
It's really cool. I can say that as a Panthers fan.
yeah. This sucks, but we're not the Jets.
Yeah, I had a team literally four of my starters went out with injury during the game this week. You can't win a game that way, including my quarterback Lamar. It's a 1 QB league. I scored 84 points when it in that league it takes a good 120 to win.
Yep.
Just can't compete like that. And then in the leagues that I am healthy, I can't start the right guys. Setting bad lineups. This week it doesn't matter. You just put in whoever you got. I'm literally starting Sean Tucker in a league.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, yes. there's one league. Actually, it's a listener league where I'm like plugging in Darren Waller, and I'm like, oh, thank God I got Darren Waller. Like he's he's the pillar of hope. And then I sat back and I was like, oh God, it's Darren Waller. What am I doing?
Yeah, but you're playing me, so like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but he's also
like
he's
you
also
think.
Playing, I'm sorry, but he's playing a median too.
True. I mean, that's true. Yeah. But like I'm starting Isaiah Bond and Jawan Johnson and Rashad White. So like, does it really? He's gonna get a win. And like, honestly, that's a better week for me than it has been because I got Evan Ingram back at least.
Yeah. So, I was gonna say, getting a win is pretty safe in our division because Austin still doesn't have one yet.
Nope. I've been close like 3 weeks in a row. I keep losing by like 8 to 15 points.
May that
I have
continue.
2 wins. And welcome back, Major Mike Casper. How you doing tonight, Mike?
I'm here, and my upload speeds still suck, and I don't know why. But it is good to be here. I missed you guys last week. Listened to the pod, and it made me all warm and feely about you guys. So glad to be here.
Welcome.
Sure that wasn't the medicine.
It might have been that too. Who knows?
All right, Mike. Well, since you're back, why don't you tell everybody where they can find us when we're not podcasting?
Yeah, so you can find us on YouTube and Facebook at Dynasty Front Office, Twitter or X at Front Office SFF, Discord. I just got signed out of our show sheet, so I can't see the rest of it. This is a great start for me coming back. All right.
I got you, buddy.
Let's see. No, all right. Discord, link in the description. We'll be here every Thursday, followed by the pod release on Fridays. Please like and subscribe. And the Listener League, which I guess you guys were talking about while I was gone, really active. So one of you is probably going to be lucky enough to replace us this year. So we have hats and shirts for the year one players on the way. So join the Discord and become a part of the family.
Replace Austin.
No.
But
Hold on, we're not replacing anybody here now. Whoa. I mean, we might, because I'm not finishing last. But and by last, I mean like my division's gonna win.
We have shirts coming for the year one, people. The hats are giveaways.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Yes. So listen up for that contest. That'll be coming soon.
Yeah, Mike, you haven't memorized this yet?
No, I should.
He took a week off.
He took a week off.
Look, I'm just going through. I'm just going through it right now, man. With me getting booted off right at the beginning, it just threw my whole game off. So got to get back on track.
All right, just take a deep breath. We'll throw it over to Chad for the trade banger.
This is the trade banger of the week, the one deal that's too good, too bad, or just too wild not to talk about. If you've got a trade that shook up your league, send it our way. It might just be next week's banger. This week we've got a submission from Dave. Thanks for the email, Dave. Let's get right to it. So I'm gonna read Dave's email here. Let me bring it up. Got a little bit of mic stuff going on right now. Okay. So subject, trade banger submission from Dave in San Antonio. Is this Dave Donaldson? No, he's not in San Antonio. Never mind. Hey, fellas. Love the pod. Found you guys recently and listen pretty consistently now on my morning commute. So thanks for making the drive bearable. Anyway, I just pulled the trigger on a deal in my 12-team Superflex league, and I need you to tell me if I'm seeing clearly or if I'll regret this. I think he means.
Not even a letter.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets at all. I sent Malik Neighbors. I received CJ Stroud. I sent Malik Neighbors and a 26-second, and I received CJ Stroud and Tyler Warren. Here's my thinking. Neighbors is a beast, no doubt, but the injury spooked me a little, and I don't want to sit on my hands while maybe we see a little bit of a dip in value. Stroud's been struggling, but I think he's the real deal. Bad line, bad vibes around him, but the talent's there, in my opinion. And Warren, man, he looks like he might be the real breakout tight end of the rookie class. So here's my question. Did I sell too low on a future wide receiver one, or did I cash out at the right time for a QB plus tight end package in Superflex that could end up aging really well? I know trading Neighbors is risky, but fortune favors the bold, is what Dave says here. Appreciate it, Dave in San Antonio. All right, Dave. Thanks for that. Great email. All right. So Malik Neighbors and a 26-second CJ Stroud and Tyler Warren. Very interesting trade, if I say so myself. But Austin, got a question for you. So what's scarier? Watching Malik Neighbors hit long-term IR early in the season, and this early in his career, or watching Stroud struggle early in the year, yet again after the season he's coming off of last year? In your opinion, what's kind of the I guess the more problematic situation?
What's scarier and what's more problematic are two different things. What's scarier is Neighbors going on IR for the Giants in his second year. That feels awfully reminiscent of a very other special receiver on the Giants that really never recovered from the injury. So that being said, that is terrifying to me. Mainly because of what happened with Odell. Like, he was just never the same player after that. I know we've seen probably 100 other players come back and be just fine, but just it being on the Giants early in his career, being as just dominating as we saw early on, that probably scares me more. But on the problematic side, Stroud not clicking in year 3 after what we saw in year 2 is, in the long-term window, likely more problematic.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have anything to add to that or have a difference of opinion on it?
Nah, I was just gonna say I always like a trade where I can get a quarterback and don't have to give a quarterback. I think even though Stroud with his struggles, like we've seen, I guess what right now is his ceiling, right? And we've definitely seen his floor too. So, maybe he regresses to somewhere in the middle. I did see today, though, they traded an offensive lineman to the Browns. So did you all see something about that?
Yeah,
I didn't, but that's kind of funny.
And that made me chuckle / scared for Stroud, considering what I've seen. But on top of that, I do think Tyler Warren is the real deal. It's probably going to be he's probably going to be my tight end 3 at the end of the year if this continues, at least, if not 2, if he can actually get some of those really big spike weeks. But so that's kind of what does it for me as far as what I'm feeling, to be able to get a middle tier quarterback that we've seen the ceiling and we've seen the floor, so we know it's possible. I don't know. I wouldn't mind taking the dart throw on Stroud, considering you just don't have neighbors for a whole year. And that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Especially if you're competing.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, well, your thoughts make sense. The Texans trading away offensive linemen does not make any sense. Really adopting the lessons.
Yeah, but it was Cam
strategy
Robinson.
there.
Let's be real here. Like, he's
Yeah.
okay to go to any team as long as it's not the Panthers.
They all, I mean, they have just bodies at this point, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would bet that that's a culture thing. D'Amico Ryans is a huge culture guy, and if there was some kind of issue in the locker room, he was probably
But
get this guy
they did the same thing in the off season. So what is the culture in Houston then? Because
that's a different question.
Tunsil? That's
yeah, they traded Tunsil.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what's troubling.
interesting.
I guess.
Interesting. So here's one thing that I'm a little, I guess I have a huge question mark on for me in this trade is the Tyler Warren part of it, right? Because for me, like, that's the safest part of the trade on the side that Dave is receiving here in that CJ Stroud, Tyler Warren aspect. The Tyler Warren side is what maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's what he's really banking on here. It's still really early in the year. And even if Tyler Warren does carry on, for the entire season, Daniel Jones continues to play well, and he's able to finish as like a top 5 tight end, let's say, right? We've seen like declines in Brock Bowers, or at least early on in the season so far. We've seen declines, in guys like Sam Laporta. So I think tight end's a little tough too, where even guys like Kyle Pitts, right, where after that really promising rookie year, we saw some stagnation there. Is that concerning at all to you, Jesse? Is tight end just, a struggling quarterback and a tight end that, while is really promising, we could see a little bit of stagnation? It's still early, basically.
Yeah, Chad. So here's what I think about the 2026 second part of this. I'm kidding. No, seriously, the Warren part, yes, exactly what you said. You said what concerns me is that we've seen a different tight end 1 for 5 years in a row now. We had, like you already mentioned, it was Laporta 1 year. It was Bowers coming into this year. It was Trey McBride 1 year. It was probably Kittle the year before. If it changes every single year, then it really doesn't make me feel good about Bowers, right? So that means Warren could be the tight end 1, but it doesn't make me feel good about his stability, right? So you have Daniel Jones as the quarterback who has performed well this year, but also has performed like Daniel Jones this year at times. So I'm not 100% sure that he's their quarterback going forward, that he's going to get a long-term deal. And then we're starting at ground zero again. We have no quarterback for this tight end. I know I shouldn't really care because the coaching staff and I guess the front office there has shown that they can put it together, I guess. But they've also shown that they'll go with Matty Ice and Joe Flacco and just husks of old quarterbacks, Gardner Minshew, or just throw whoever out there, right? So that is concerning to me for Warren. If really, yes, that is a bit of a concern. What did you say the premium was in this league?
He didn't list a premium. Let's just assume half point.
Yeah, the Lord scoring half point.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, in half point, yeah, I just don't know if it's enough to really. As with a lot of trades, it just sort of comes down to roster construction. So, Are you asking me, does the fact that he's a tight end concern me? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to push back a little bit if that's all right, Chad.
Go ahead.
On Jesse, because I mean, it doesn't concern me as much with Warren, and because this is kind of the difference from Bowers is Bowers had a whole change in coaching staff, change in offense, change in philosophy, right? Like, I don't think we're baking on that's going to happen in Indy, considering, before the season started, it was like, yeah, they're probably on the hot seat. But as the season started, it's like, okay, they just didn't have the quarterback right. And someone's actually doing it right now, assuming this continues. And I think one thing to think about in this trade, right, is even if, say, I hope it doesn't happen, but Tyler Warren gets injured week 8 or something like that, but he continues to produce like this for the next 4 weeks. I don't know how you couldn't have him somewhere near your top 5 in Dynasty. Whereas with Neighbors, he's kind of set, injured, not going to go higher, certainly might be lower to some people in the offseason because we've only got, 1 year of proof in the pudding, right? So that's where I think the insulation is okay in a position like tight end that is just so hard to get. Like trading for these guys is impossible right now in most leagues. So it's going to take a Neighbors kind of guy to be able to make that happen.
Yeah, Neighbors' value is going to go down in the way that Chase's value went down or Burrow's value went down. It just makes them acquirable.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not going to make it's not going to make him worth like less than 2 firsts, or it's not going to make his value tank.
I agree, and I think you can always judge this for yourself if you're in a decent amount of leagues, or this is at least how I think about it. If you're in a decent amount of leagues and a guy like this goes down, like Neighbors, I have a decent amount of Neighbors. He went down. I've received so many trade offers on Neighbors, and nobody is lowballing. Everybody's sending realistic options for Neighbors, trying to get them because they know like it's not. You can't get Neighbors at a discount. You can just probably get him now.
Right.
Is the hope.
Yeah. I mean, just like I said, when Chase, I guess Chase was hurt a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
But just imagine if Justin Jefferson were going to go down. God forbid, knock on wood. But if that were to happen, just kind of compare the value dip to Neighbors. That's the neighborhood he's in.
We have Nathan in the chat, Chad, and he asked, did he mention who his current QBs are with potentially gaining Stroud? So is that something that's
he didn't
maybe better?
But that would have been really interesting to know.
That's good to know. Yeah. I
For
think that's
sure,
always important too, right?
I would assume he really needed a quarterback.
Or I mean, I don't know. I don't know because some people just view Tyler. I mean, everybody knows Austin and I are super high on Tyler Warren. Anybody that listens to this podcast, coming out, we thought the world of him. Now that he's putting it out on the field, I think there's a decent amount of people that feel like, hey, this guy is a real contender, as Mike was saying, for a top 2, maybe top 3 tight end spot. And if you're in a tight end premium, we're assuming this is 0.5, could be 0.75, right? But maybe he just values that on his roster build more than he does the potential of a top 3 wide receiver, which, as much as I like Neighbors, we don't know yet. There's still question marks there too. So that I could see it go either way. I would feel a little bit better about this trade if it was happening maybe midway through the season and we got a little bit more of a sample size of both Tyler Warren and CJ Stroud. Because there's so many different variables as we progress into the season on both of these players. Malik Neighbors obviously not, but on both of the players on the one side, it could end up looking really good. But if CJ Stroud struggles for the entire season yet again, Tyler Warren takes a little bit of a dip, this trade could look really different this upcoming offseason. Am I off base on that?
No, not at all. I agree. The Stroud part is the one is really the big variable here, and that's what scares me. I mean, if you look at it from a next year point of view, they have a chance to fix their offensive line in the offseason and maybe Stroud looks better. But for this year, if you're making that trade because you don't have the Neighbors points in your lineup, I don't know that Stroud's my guy.
Yeah. Who haven't I asked a question to? Mike, did I ask you a question?
No, but I feel like I talked more than Austin at this point now.
Okay, well, Austin, I'll direct this one to you. Does Jackson Dart play into your mindset of this trade at all? Right, we saw the flash his first week starting. Maybe the Giants have a quarterback situation that's not looking as bleak as it's looked recently. Does that play into the equation where you're saying, okay, maybe I need to hold on to Neighbors through this injury and just see what it looks like in a more I guess pass friendly offense?
Not for 1 week. Again, if you said, like you brought up, midway through the season, and when this was happening, sure, if I can see Dart for 3 of the first 5 weeks looks like an above average passer, then yeah, that could absolutely having that uh, young QB tied to Neighbors could absolutely help me. But 1 week, I've watched so many quarterbacks look good on their first week coming in. NFL defenses get tape on them, and they basically never look the same. So, obviously that's backup level quarterbacks. We're hoping Dart is much better than that. But for that specific question, no. Currently, that doesn't change my opinion with Neighbors at all.
What about you guys? Is that a factor at all in your thinking on this trade? And I'm not saying like, hey, like Jackson Dart is a sure thing, right? Obviously, it's one game. All I'm saying is, is it something where maybe the ceiling is just raised a little bit more in your mind because we could get good quarterback play?
Maybe, but really, what concerns me is the instability with the Giants and like Dayball being on the hot seat, and who knows what's coming next. So that is concerning to me because Jackson Dart is very much Dayball's guy. So if he's not going to be there, I don't know if he's going to be there or not. I assume as a Giants fan, you don't want him there, and the way you were talking about him last week. So like that is concerning. Is the next coach going to see Dart the same way? I don't know. So I don't know if I even see that as a positive at this point.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I was just going to say kind of CJ Stroud is the right example of kind of what Austin was talking about too, right? The more tape you get on him, second year was completely different from what we saw in the first year. The good thing is, Jackson has legs and can run, but that's not really I guess it is a good thing for Neighbors, right? If you keep drives going, but that doesn't help him as much, I guess, as, a pure thrower of the football would be. So yeah, it's definitely concerning for sure. And I mean, with every one of these trades, right? It's, hey, am I contending? Or even if he's not contending, I still honestly kind of like the Warren and Stroud side because you've got a real good chance to really gain value on one, if not two, of those guys. I mean, the Texans aren't going to dump Stroud either. I think he could move down certainly, but I don't know if it'd be a massive drop.
Let me ask you, Chad. Instead of putting words in your mouth, would you rather roll with what you see with Dart and Dayball right now, or re-roll with a new coach and a first-round quarterback next year if you had the choice?
Well, I mean, right now, if Dart keeps playing the way he did week one, or not week one, but his first week in the starters spot, then you keep Dayball because point is to win games. It doesn't matter if I dislike Dayball or think he's well, I don't want to say unkind things, but if he's winning games, it's all that matters, right? So
yeah, sure.
And if Jackson Dart's going to bail him out, which I think is a decently likely scenario to happen, is Dart preseason's preseason, first week is first week. When you see a quarterback have a good performance, and you see a guy, I guess what I'm saying is there's a difference between seeing a decent player have a good performance and a player look like a game changer. And Dart looks like a game changer. He just looks like he's just doing things on the fly, that there's no game script. He's just going out there and making plays. Where I haven't seen that ever from a Giants quarterback ever.
It feels like there's a correlation to me to what's going on in Denver with Peyton and Nix. Once it started to click with Nix, feels kind of similar to me.
Yeah.
Not saying scheme wise or anything like that. Just the whole
Just he's
running
his
around.
guy, right?
Yeah, he's his guy.
He's his guy.
He's embracing the system, running around and making plays within it.
There's a little bit of a truth in that, as far as like Dayball absolutely loves Jackson Dart, like adores him, and like a you might save my job and provide financial stability for me kind of way, but the entire franchise is just all about this kid from the top to the bottom. There's nobody. I mean, you talk to any, or you listen to any beat writer or read any of their articles, and all they can say is that every single person in this building loves this kid. Like he is the Giants quarterback. He is the Giants quarterback. So I don't think it's strictly on Dayball. I think whoever they bring in, the Giants have been pretty good about saying, okay, if you're going to come in here and coach this team, for better or worse, do you like the players we have? Because if not, we can't make it work. We can't just bring in a whole new set of players. You got to make what's here, work. And they did the same thing with Eli when quarterbacks came in, and Eli was towards the end of his career. They did the same thing with Daniel Jones. So I don't see that as a major concern for me personally, but I can see from like an outsider's perspective how that could definitely be concerning if you just see, Dart tied to Dayball.
Okay, right on. I would take the neighbor side.
I would take the Warren side.
Easily the Warren and Stroud side for me.
Okay. I'm undecided. So we're gonna go with the Warren and Stroud side and say, Dave, you won the trade. Anything else on this, guys? I feel like we
I would like to figure out what Neighbors' value is. I mean, we talked about the Chase dip. I mean, that was 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember what that felt like. I mean, if you have Neighbors and you're a contender, I mean, how low are you comfortable going? Are you good doing JSN straight up?
No. Hell no.
I can't.
I love JSN. I'm the highest here on JSN, and I won't do that.
Could I throw in a second and get Puka from a non-contender?
I don't think so. I think it's a first.
I think
Neighbors and a first for Puka?
I don't.
Lord.
I mean, my next segment, we're gonna get there, but
you're giving me the vapors with that one. I'm gonna.
What about?
I mean, nobody's gonna outside of very smart dynasty managers. Everybody's going to try to buy a significant dip on Neighbors, or they're not buying them. I mean, I literally saw Neighbors in a second for JSN. That's why I asked these questions.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh,
like done.
That's an awful
that was
trade.
the done trade.
That's awful.
That's an awful trade.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen Neighbors moved for anything but fair value, and I've seen 4 trades now, and I've been sent. Let me see.
Do you want to talk about my trade?
I've been sent 6 offers, and people are not just sending me offers; people are DMing me to have conversations.
So I had no Neighbor shares, so that has to be factored into the trade that I made. I've been fiending for a Neighbor share, but so I traded Gibbs and Rome for Neighbors and what should be either 101, 102, or 103 next year, and a 27 second.
It's a lot. To be honest,
it's a lot to give up.
Yes. Now getting what could be the 101 and Jeremiah Love could absolutely work for you greatly.
Or one of those quarterbacks could.
Which one? None of them look good. So that's why I'm saying Jeremiah Love. It's currently 101 is easily Jeremiah Love. That's unless one of these quarterbacks, which really is only about Dante Moore, is the only one that's currently playing well enough to
John
possibly.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Sure. So if that happens, the trade feels better. But if the pick goes to 3 and then, I mean, there's really no receivers that are just quote unquote elite prospects this year. There's not an RB2 that I like enough to take in the top 3. So then you're stuck taking one of these quarterbacks that will get the draft capital, and it could work. But Rome, if the usage and the touchdowns happen to keep coming, Rome could be at wide receiver 5 or 6 this offseason.
He
Gibbs absolutely could be 1 or 2, and it currently is. So you're giving up a ton for a guy that's hurt. and what should be. I mean, say
Okay,
what you will. We're
that's a weird-
underplaying this injury. We've absolutely seen players not recover from a knee injury. I mean, it
Well, I
happens.
mean,
It's a clean ACL.
Yeah, it's a clean ACL. There's no other damage at all. It was best case scenario was actually what happened. As far as the knee injury goes, and then also like I get what you're saying, and like the Odell callback and everything. Odell struggled with injuries way like it was bad. I mean, and it wasn't knees and stuff. It was calf sprains and hamstrings. He came into the league with a bad hamstring where he was just missing, 6, 7
took him,
weeks.
9 weeks to come into the league, right?
Yeah. So I mean, and that just happened again and again and again, where it was all these hamstrings, and then he had the knee injury, he had the high ankle sprains. So I mean, it wasn't just like one thing. Odell was just an injury prone player. I think it's just a little bit unfortunate. Maybe the turf has something to do with it, in Meadowlands, but or in Giant Stadium, but. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as worried about it. I think there's something special about having a wide receiver where he's having a 10 target week, and you're like, man, that whatever, like that's a kind of season Neighbors had last year. That's what it looked like early in the season this year. I think they just prioritize getting him the ball, and it's not like they're forcing it. He just is getting open every play. So.
I would love to have seen Dart with him to make sure that was going to continue, because that always worries me. I mean, we can it is, but I've watched too many quarterbacks come in and then they change their target usage.
But just the way Neighbors
he's different though.
Neighbors came into the league and was like, okay, I'm open all the time. I command targets. It's just he is that guy. He just is.
And
he should get 15 targets a game.
Like, and it's not just like hey, I'm getting the targets. It's not Roma Dunze, right? Like Roma Dunze is for as much as I love Rome, he's not going to command targets. Neighbors, if he's not getting the ball, is going to come up to the coach at halftime and say, "Why haven't I been thrown the ball?" And they're going to have it out. Like, and some people don't like that. That is a great thing.
That's not a good thing.
That's a great thing.
I don't like
it's not because it's not like it's not malicious, like it's about me. It's I'm our best chance to win. I'm better than all these guys, and he's substantially better than everybody else in the field. If Neighbors isn't getting the ball, the Giants don't win. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
So Chad, how do you feel about that trade Jesse made then?
I forgot the trade already.
Dunze and Gibbs for Neighbors and what likely is a top 3 first
and a second.
I mean, it depends if it's a start 1 or start 2 running back. Gibbs is tough. Yeah, I'd probably have the Roman Gibbs side, but I mean, yeah,
it was I needed to get a Neighbors share.
It depends.
I saw it as a pretty fair trade. I thought it was pretty even. And also, I will counter Austin when you're talking about the pick and who.
I know whose pick it is. Absolutely, I get it.
No. I mean, who that pick could turn into as far as player. I don't have to draft a player.
Well, of course.
That's what I was going to say too. Is it just depends on what you do with the pick, right?
I am probably. I mean, there's everybody in that league probably listens to this podcast, so I don't want to announce my plans, but I'm probably going to trade it for a quarterback, to be honest.
I mean, that's smart.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably get Stroud plus with that pick, so
I'm not doing that.
But I know, but I'm just saying.
I'll find the guy.
Hey, Chad, Nathan in the chat said he wants Gibbs and Rome, so
yeah.
Just for
okay.
There you go. So that side wins.
Nice.
So we're not really dropping Neighbors at all, is what we're getting at. Like if you're the contender and you have to make, if you're a contender and you lose Neighbors, you're likely not a real contender anymore unless your team's just loaded.
If Neighbors was healthy, he wouldn't have offered that to me.
But that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking separately. Like as a contender, you lose Neighbors. I mean, we got to make moves. Most of us, if we're still trying to win, have to make a move.
But it is what
how
you're asking.
Comfortable are we dropping down?
That is him dropping his value.
The difference. Here's the difference. If you're coming to me and you're saying I will, and I've already had this trade. Actually, somebody in Einstein's came to me with a trade and was like, "Hey, Neighbors for Lamb plus. Lamb's coming back soon. I can give you plus on top. Give me Neighbors." I turned it down. right? But that would be a kind of trade that I would at least consider because you're getting a a premium wide receiver and then a little bit on top, or you're having to give up a little bit. Like if somebody said, hey, Jefferson, which maybe the quarterback situation makes that a little bit scary, but I'll give you Jefferson, give me Neighbors and a little bit extra, right? Then those are kind of trades I'm considering, but it has to be in that ballpark. You're not coming to me with, some second tier, third tier wide receivers and saying, hey,
Marvin Harrison.
yeah, no, not happening, right? So that's what I'm getting at is, yeah, like maybe I can stomach a little bit of a dip, but it's got to be a dip with a comparable player, and I'll just pay the little bit on top.
Okay, so you'd rather pay the plus to go up than, let's say, London in a second,
No,
JSN in a second.
no.
Okay, all right. That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out because a lot of people have come to me this week asking me what to do. They've gotten offers for JSN straight up, CD Lamb straight up, A-Chain straight up. Like obviously people are fishing; they want Neighbors. So I don't know how to feel about it either because as a contender that loses them, I mean, I'm 8-0 in a league and lost Neighbors. And I don't have a ton of wide receiver depth. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not going to get an offer. Realistically, I'm not going to get an offer like y'all are saying because the only offers I've got in that league are Devonta Smith in a second and
Oh God.
Marvin Harrison for Neighbors in a second. So like
Who are
that's
you
what I'm
playing
saying.
with?
Oh, God.
I mean,
Then
they're
hold.
guys we're with, and I mean y'all are in leagues with them too. So
Yeah,
that's what
then-
I'm saying. Like,
Then hold
better, guys.
and trade for a Devontae Adams stopgap or something like that.
They don't really respect you, is what I'm hearing.
I agree with that. Don't worry, I gave him a nice emoji back. But yeah, that's kind of what I was asking. I've had a lot of people ask me this week, and I didn't really know what to answer with either. Like JSN in a second, honestly, didn't feel bad. I mean, I don't love it for the long term, but you're getting what hopefully is top 3 production the rest of the year.
I don't like it.
My bottom line advice is if you're not getting what Chad and I have just discussed, then like I said, trade for a stopgap, trade your second for a stopgap if that's what you need to do.
Yeah, you can go out and find productive players pretty cheap that are short term
Keenan Allen.
answers.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go and give up your elite of the elite asset because you want a little bit of points in the short term. There's other plays that you can make. It's not just, hey, Neighbors has gone down, I need to sell Neighbors. Go figure some stuff out. Get creative. You can make it work.
I like it. That's a good way to finish that.
All right. I guess that does it for Trade Banger of the Week. Send in your trade bangers. Chad, you have the email address for us?
So it's dynfo.official@gmail.com. Send in your trade offers, as Jesse was just saying. Please, we've gotten some emails that are not as like thorough with the teams. Don't ask any questions. Just be thorough. Talk to us like you're having a conversation in the email. We love that, and those are the kind of emails we're gonna pick. So we appreciate it, though, guys.
All right, Austin, what 2 things can be true this week?
This is going to be spicy, guys. Y'all have already yelled at me multiple times, so y'all are probably about to yell at me again. And I mean that jokingly, but y'all are definitely about to yell at me again. Puka Nacua is currently the wide receiver 1 on the season and likely in Dynasty, especially once we kind of fish out the non-production at the top of the wide receiver chart currently. But I believe if you're not a true contender, he is currently a sell. Again, that's probably spicy, and sure, he's at his peak. Obviously, you sell at your peak, but we've watched Matthew Stafford the past 3 seasons contemplate retirement, and why I think Puka is linked to Stafford and his production. So Puka's played a small sample size, but it's all we have. 4 games without Stafford. He is literally, his production is cut in half. He averages 3.5 receptions. He averages under 60 yards, and he's only had 2 touchdowns in 4 games. With Matthew Stafford, which is 26 games, I believe it is, it's 7.5 receptions for almost 100 yards, and he's basically averaging a touchdown a game. it's just if Puka gets to that wide receiver 1 price point, and you're not a true contender taking this, what is likely to be, it's quite possible he breaks the receiving catches and yardage this season. It could easily be plus 160 catches and plus 2,000 yards. I think you should sell him. It terrifies me. Going back to Stafford all the way to Detroit, he has always hyper targeted his wide receiver 1 and 2. I mean, back when Golden Tate, Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp, Puka came in, like it's just what he does, and he is a great quarterback. So he has the ability to hyper target these guys accurately, get them the ball, and let them do what they do. If the quarterback changes and McVay doesn't nail it again, that production could easily slip back down to where he's back at that wide receiver 8 or 9 in Dynasty very quick. So that's my 2 things. Anybody feel like I'm an idiot, or maybe I'm making a little bit of sense?
No, I think you're making a lot of sense. So I think one thing that's interesting is when we talk about, I'm going to say just top 3 guys right now. When we think of Jefferson and Chase, and then we'll throw Puka in there, they all have quarterback questions this season and next season, right? Like Matt Stafford's one bad hit in his back away from maybe it could completely change this offense. You know, you're relying on the corpse of Jimmy G, right? JJ McCarthy. We don't know what he is still, right? All we know is he's been dog water for 7 out of 8 quarters. And then the Bengals, you know, Joe Burrow's injured again. And I'm not going to lie, like Chase was pissed on Monday night, and rightly so, having awful games because he doesn't have a good QB to throw him the ball. So I think now is the peak. And if I'm not contending, I would absolutely 100% sell. And like we were talking about the last segment, like if I could get any plus on top of Neighbors for Puka, I'd take it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the perfect name for me. If you have Puka and you're not that top 3, see what you can get on top for Neighbors.
All right, what about compared to the other guy that seems matchup proof this year, ARSB?
Well, I mean, he's going to be linked with golf for the foreseeable future, so I'm much more comfortable with that. And I got a feeling you could probably, well, it depends on who has him. You can probably get a decent plus with that as well.
Same with Lamb too. I mean, Lamb, we know what his situation's going to be for at least another couple of years.
I'll tell you what, Lamb's probably got to be a pretty good buy right now. There have to be some people that are frustrated with him after last year being hurt, and now, you know, he's probably going to miss at least 4 games, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think they said 2 to 4 was what they expected. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think if the Lamb owner is not feeling good about it and can get someone's production like that, because I mean, honestly, right, the Cowboys could lose the next 4 games, and then what are the rest of this game's going to look like this season? But Puka, I think they're competing for a division and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How old is Lamb? 26?
26 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, he came in young and was productive right away.
Yeah. Puka just turned 24. So I was looking, and honestly, I was agreeing that right now, I mean, you could absolutely and probably should make the argument that Puka's the wide receiver 1.
I'm only doing it if I can get another top tier receiver and a plus.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's got to be one of those
drop big time.
It's got to be one of those guys we've already discussed, right? Is there anybody else even in the discussion? Chad, can you think of anyone?
No, not really. Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, at this point.
I mean, I love going after Neighbors. I think that would be the ideal target. I mean, I guess
Chase.
Just depends.
Maybe you can go after the Chase.
Yeah, that would be the
This is going to be it. Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. He could just be crap for the rest of the season because he doesn't have a quarterback, and quarterback doesn't have an offensive line. So
if they don't trade for a quarterback, he will be crap for the entire season.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll have a game or two because that's who he is. But
yeah,
absolutely.
That, I mean, in the current state that offense is in, it is the worst offense in the league.
It's really
which is crazy.
It was obvious that they weren't going to be able to score a touchdown. And Denver kind of played around with them, just ran the ball and didn't really even try after a while. It was 21-3 for a long time.
Yeah.
We're also talking about the best defense in the league. So,
no, they got lit up by Danny Dimes. They're not. They have a good pass rush. That's about it.
Well, Surtain was hurt in that game, right?
No.
No, when I thought he was playing
I don't know.
hurt. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Maybe.
No excuses from Mike. Come on now.
I'm not gonna lie. Like he looked good on a lot of his. We don't have to talk about it. But he looked good on his coverages, but wide receiver just made a better play on the ball. So
Yeah.
it's not like he was getting mossed or
Yeah,
destroyed
that pass
there.
rush was just not affecting Daniel Jones at all. It was really,
Nope.
really something.
Yep, it's good.
They were getting pressure.
But yeah,
All right,
back
yeah.
to Puka. I guess our conclusion is right. Like you move Puka right if you're a contender, but we're not talking about hey for 2 mid-tier assets and a pick or something like that.
If you're not a contender.
Yeah, if you're not
Correct.
a contender, yeah.
Yeah, but just
gotta-
don't do it just for like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
like
you have to get another elite asset. I don't know. Would you cross over to like Bijan?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Would you do that straight up?
But I mean, that's not really happening, right? Because you're trading Puka to a contender, right? Is what what we're saying in this case, and the contender is not going to trade Bijan.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, the value makes sense there, I think. But even
But you never know.
Say,
There are those like kind of half rebuild rosters where like they just kind of drafted Bijan, but they're still not really in it.
Right.
That have held on to him. Maybe those are the kind of guys that are like, hey, I'll flip the running back for the wide receiver, the comparable running back and wide receiver, just because one's a wide receiver. So I mean, it's possible, but yeah, like Mike was saying, if you're not a contender, you typically are not going to have
Bijan or Gibbs. Any other running backs on that list that you would entertain?
Not straight up. There'd be others I'd entertain, but not straight up.
Right, okay.
I would take JT plus.
I was about to say I would absolutely.
I was going to say Judkins plus what?
There you go.
You
Judkins was the other name.
Though? You know what though? I'm still trying to buy Judkins shares.
He is. Me too. I've tried all week and haven't gotten luck.
Good luck.
I guess everybody else.
I want
is too.
Gabriel to just make the offense look like crap, and then hopefully that happens for a little bit, and there's a bunch of drama, and Judkins kind of sucks, quote unquote, because of it, right? And then there's a window.
I'm really hoping one of these 2 quarterbacks works out, either Gabriel or Sanders. If
Talking about the mimer,
shot.
The mimer, Sanders.
Sanders, I don't know if he's going to start anywhere. I think now at this point.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I would not want him in my
He
organization.
literally mimed a complete interview when they were talking about the QB situation.
What does that mean?
Talking.
He didn't use words.
Yeah, he mimed.
He was speaking, but nothing was coming out.
What?
And it's because Rex Ryan told him he needs to learn how to be humble or whatever and shut his mouth and put his head down. And so that was his response to a TV personality, right? Like, I don't know, like something's like, I'm sorry, like this is a business first and foremost, and that is not an employee, right? Let's say it, that I would want. So I don't know. I just can't see him.
I don't care if the
kid
can play.
You're not going
if he
anywhere
can
else.
hoop.
Yeah, if Gabriel goes
I'm
down
cool
and Sanders can play, it's not going to matter.
But who's going to give him a chance? I feel like this is almost like Tebow. Except Tebow was a good guy.
If Gabriel's awful and Sanders comes in and plays well, then he's going to play. The issue is if he's borderline, like if he's just meh, right? Those guys with the Tebow personalities are not going to get opportunities.
That's exactly why Cam Newton didn't get another opportunity. He was too big of a atmosphere around him. That just too much going on.
Yeah,
he was also terrible in New England.
I mean, have you watched quarterback play?
There's
enough of it around there.
Yeah.
But that was my 2 things could be true.
Yeah, I mean, how's the quote go? Like, you can have all the personality until I can replace you, or something like that. But
I've never heard it, but that's so true.
I don't know. That's a Chad Mendoza quote, I think.
I've heard it from somewhere, but it's true. Like if these guys prove to be, guys you can't replace, then they're gonna play a really good career and have a good have a good time doing it. But if they're average, then their personality can't afford it.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, I mean he's another one.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, you guys ready for some fun?
Let's do it.
All right, y'all, this is a haunted segment. We're going to get a little spooky with you. It's the season. We're now into October. We're going to have a little fun. Is that a Jason shirt that you're wearing,
Yeah,
Austin?
it
Is
says,
that
"I
what you
wish
keep
it was
showing us?
Friday."
Oh. That's pretty good. Nice. All right, so the name of the game tonight is the haunted segment. Y'all are each gonna give us 5 players. You're gonna compare them to a spooky movie or a Halloween movie or game or a show, and you're gonna tell us why. And then we're gonna talk about that player. Austin, why don't you go first?
All right. I've hated on this player enough. I guess I'm gonna hate on him one more time. And Derrick Henry with Halloween's End. It's the last Halloween movie. It's where Michael Myers is finally ended, and I'm wondering if we've hit the end of Derrick Henry finally. Was he running back 24 or something like that on the season?
Yeah.
Is it the end, or are we gonna see him get back up for the 100th time? And for a contender, is he worth a buy right now? I'm sure contenders have him.
So
Would you send a second, or would you send, a Chase Brown, or I don't know, somebody that's actually producing, that's in that same tier? Would you, are you scared, or are we still going to get Derrick Henry as the season goes?
I feel like he's worth more than a second. Just
Yes.
saying that. I know his production doesn't show it right now. I will say though, I am worried mostly just because of the Lamar injury, right? And because if he's not playing, right, I feel like there's and what, they don't have Huntley, or who was the other guy that was the backups? They used to have like mobile guys that were backups
Yeah.
and stuff, and now they have Cooper Rush, which I think is a very different kind of offense, and that's what concerns me about it. The good thing about it is but I guess this could be a bad thing too, is their defense stinks and has a million injuries. So if they start getting blown out, as we saw, Henry is not the pass catching quote unquote guy, right? He's the guy that pounds them until halftime, and then the defense is so tired after that, he just runs away with it in the third and fourth quarter. Whereas if they're down big, I don't know how much usage he's going to get. So am I worried? Yes. Do I think they'll turn around? If Lamar's out till like their bye for like 3 weeks, then that kind of worries me a little bit. But I think I'd still buy in that window. But I expect Henry to turn it around if Lamar's not there, and kind of put the team on his shoulders, because he feels pretty responsible, rightfully so, of where the team's at right now.
Okay.
I'm buying him. If I'm a contender, I'm not buying him right now. This is not the type of guy that you buy in October, but he's on my radar for guys that I do want to buy when the time comes.
This could be the lowest he's at, though,
I was
right?
about to say, it could be
it
could be
that's
too late.
why, right?
Well,
you're
that's
not buying
true.
right
I mean, that's true. And this is actually, we are in injury and buy season. Yeah.
We got tons of them.
I mean, I'm not giving my contenders first for him now, I guess is what I'm saying. But yeah, if I can get him for a second or two in a heartbeat, I do think that he looks like Derrick Henry. I don't think that he's lost anything. He looks great. They just haven't done the Derrick Henry thing with him this year because of game script, because the passing game was clicking. I think not having Lamar for a game or two might actually help him, because that's the thing that they're going to want to lean on. If you have a backup quarterback and a stud running back, lean on the stud running back if you're a smart coach, and Harbaugh's a smart coach. So I do expect that to happen. From what I'm hearing from local press is that it's just that, a game or two. Fingers crossed. You never really know with hamstrings; they can be real tricky.
Yeah,
but
it's.
Yeah,
sorry, Jesse. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, I really like it as a buy low.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say it's really just comes down to he hasn't gotten the carries. Like, that's all it is. Like, he's 24th in carries, but 8th in rushing yards, 5th in rushing touchdowns, 4th in yards per attempt. Like, he just hasn't gotten the carries. So I wouldn't, and just based off the eye test, I wouldn't say it's looked like he's really regressed at all. It's just,
no, he looks exactly like Derrick. He looks exactly like Derrick Henry, except for he's fumbled a few times.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I would say, he's probably a great buy candidate right now if you're a contender. We touched on, Malik Neighbors earlier and talk about, find ways to make it work. This is another way to make it work, right? Like, we could end up getting Derrick Henry production by the end of the season. Based on what he's done this year. I mean, so far this year, if the carries just come, and that's all going to be game script, but also, they could just decide, hey, some of this other stuff isn't working as well. We need to start relying on Derrick Henry again.
Yeah.
What about trading now your contenders first and getting Henry and a third back?
I thought you were going to say second.
Not a second. There's no way they do that.
A late second. The third doesn't do much for me.
Yeah, I'd want like a reasonable player, or like a late second or future second.
A player that I can.
Keenan Allen, because you're a legit contender.
Oh yeah,
but that makes way more sense.
Yeah, okay. I'd do that. I'd do that. Keenan Allen and Derrick Henry. I mean, that could legitimately net you like 15, 16 points if you're struggling on the back end of your roster. So, yeah, I like it.
Cool. Am I up next?
Yes, you're up next, Mike. Let's go.
All right. So for my first one, I'm going to choose Dak Prescott. And I use the movie Carrie, for those of you that have seen it, right? Because everybody's making fun of the girl. She's just a joke. And then she just comes out and burns the place down, right? Because let's be honest, like Dak is crushing it this season. And it is, even without Lamb there, he's still doing fantastic things. I know, Jesse, you gave me a lot of off-season shade about Dak Prescott. What do you think about Dak in the season he's had so far?
I mean, yeah, I guess I got to eat a little crow. He looks great. Have you seen him with his shirt off, by the way? Good Lord.
And I did not Google search that, buddy. No, sir.
Yeah, that doesn't go in my feed very often, stuff like that. So
they were showing it on the pregame. He is ripped. Like, he definitely spent the offseason getting in better shape.
They showed it in the pregame, but then how many times did you Google it after?
Yeah. How many times did you rewind back and take a picture?
Yeah.
As an Eagles fan, I can promise you I'm not Googling Dakota Rain ever. But he looks great with a cast around him that without Lamb does not look great. I mean, on paper doesn't look great, but is.
No, I was gonna say. I mean,
George Pickens is
he's making them all look really good. Yeah, this is what Pickens has always needed, huh?
Yep. Yeah, it's why I said he was a buy.
Okay.
Same thing with Jake Ferguson. Hello.
I tried to sell.
Speaking of, hello.
There too, yeah. Ollie Crow there.
I tried to sell Pickens.
Jake Ferguson.
I tried to sell Pickens like before that, monster week, and could not sell him. Nobody wanted him. So
wow.
I'm happy they didn't though, because I'll probably hold on to him.
What were you trying to sell him for?
A first.
A first, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Couldn't get a first for him.
I couldn't get a first for him.
I'm not surprised. I mean, he's the type of player that you say is worth a first, but yeah, before you see him blow up in that offense, can you really stomach it?
If I was a contender, like I would, those are the kind of trades that I send sometimes where I'm like, man, if I send this out, if I was that person, I would take it. Mm-hmm. And if I'm a contender and I need points, even before that big week, George Pickens going into a contract year. He's a free agent next year. He's 24 years old. We've seen the talent, right? So this could be a super, super interesting buy low spot even after this big week, where we're saying, even if he's not with the Cowboys next season, that could be the better situation where he ends up as a wide receiver one on somebody's team.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Mike, you know what I'm going to ask you about Carrie? Which version?
I was going to ask
the old one. Thing. I've only seen the old one.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, and the very end, I've never been so scared as the end of that movie. That is the biggest jump scare that actually got me.
Is she like covered in blood or something?
Yeah. No, her hand. The girl's at her grave, and the hand comes up through the grave, and it's because the girl's having a nightmare about it.
Nice.
But yeah, it was pretty freaky.
All right, Chad, who you got?
Have you guys seen the movie Prometheus?
No. Yeah, I don't remember it, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the alien movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I've got Trevor Lawrence. Came in with legendary hype and being a generational specimen, only to leave everyone confused and a little disappointed.
That's pretty good.
Does that alien lock on its first read all the time too?
Yeah. Yeah. And his
Locks onto its face.
You just have to have a
right?
friend with you, and you're good.
Yeah. and his alien friend, everybody thought he was going to be really good, and he keeps dropping passes. I don't know why they're throwing balls in this situation, but yeah, the Brian Thomas aliens, the same. So
it's actually really an entertaining thought now that I'm watching aliens play football in my brain. Yeah, Trevor. I mean, we've talked about him at
We did
length.
talk about him, yeah.
I don't really. You can't do anything with him. Nobody's gonna give you a first for Trevor.
I think his price is a late first right now.
I wouldn't do that. I'd rather have Stroud of all people. Be honest.
As would everybody else. I think Stroud struggling this year moves down towards the T-Law price this offseason.
I think T-Law is at like a bottom end QB too.
I think Stroud is just Lawrence on a different timeline.
Yep.
they're just a slightly shifted from each other.
So Prometheus, which one was that?
What do you mean?
Chad, like which alien movie? Can you describe it a little? Because I may have seen it. Was Adrian Brody in it by any chance?
You pull up the cast.
If I knew how to spell it, I would look it up for you. I'd have no idea.
So I know Michael Fassbender was in it, but I can't think of anybody else that was in it. Oh, Idris Elba was in it.
I did not see that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. But yeah, I haven't seen it since it came out. I saw it in theaters. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I don't want to spoil the plot too much, but it's like a prequel for the old Alien film.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out then. The last one I actually watched was, I don't even know what it was called, but they're like, these people are stuck on a planet where they're being hunted by, oh no, that's not Alien, that's Predator. Never mind.
Yeah.
They did fight it out one time, so you weren't too far off.
All right, we've got the movie segment after this, so
yeah, that's true.
Some of it for that.
All right, Austin, what's next?
So I'm doing a twofer here: Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, and I chose The Ring because you watch the highlights on repeat, and you're waiting for just consistent, high-end usage, but the Jets organization just keeps the curse going, and it just keeps looping.
Nice.
Oh man, I had a lot of Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson.
Me too. The good thing is Garrett Wilson's wide receiver 6 on the season, so at least
does that
he's
mean
still
they're
producing.
Gonna crawl out of my TV set and come after me?
Breece might if he doesn't get the production.
They play.
Well, I mean, Allen's going to be out for a little bit, so I don't wish injury on anyone. But if they don't use Breece and they're using someone else,
yeah, they have Isaiah Davis expected to happen, just enough to annoy you at least.
I expect it, but I have some hope.
Yeah, they're definitely just one of these teams that doesn't believe in giving all the carries to one guy. I guarantee it.
So I wanted Wilson to bring up. I guess both of them. What are y'all doing with them? You just gonna hold and hope, or you buying, you selling? I feel like both of these guys, Breece, we were all really excited for, and he's a low end RB2 right now. Garrett Wilson, we were all scared of, and he's a mid to high end wide receiver 1. So, I guess technically we were wrong on both to an extent. Do we believe that's what continues overall? We get mid to low in RB2 on Breece and mid wide receiver 1 on Garrett. Are you buying? Because I don't think that's his cost currently.
Oh, I would buy Garrett Wilson if I could, because I think we talked about in the offseason, he's got all the talent in the world, right? But he kind of needs the quarterback. And even with the quarterback he has now, he's getting it because he's a wide receiver 1. So if I could buy, I'd absolutely buy. Definitely hold him if I have him.
Yeah, I mean, if I could buy Garrett Wilson for a first, sure. Would you rather have Garrett?
I think it's more than that. Yeah.
Would you rather have Garrett Wilson or Rome?
I think that's more like what you're.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'd probably take Rome, but it's close.
Yeah, it's close.
BTJ.
Oh, Garrett Wilson all day.
All day, huh?
How fast that's changed. Mr. Anti-Garrett Wilson down there is now.
Man, that pains me.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Anti-Garrett Wilson.
I get it.
Chad was the one, all offseason telling me I was too high on Garrett Wilson.
Well, you were too high at the time.
Apparently, I wasn't.
Apparently, you were.
I was right. Apparently,
Chad traded.
So good.
It's still early.
It is
early.
for sure.
Yeah.
And
I traded for Garrett Wilson.
Chad traded me Rome and a second for Garrett
You
Wilson.
were just really high on Garrett Wilson.
Well,
Yeah,
was right.
I traded. Yeah, exactly. I traded Rome and a second, and I love Rome. So
yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he's
so.
high. I'm excited.
So yeah, I mean, I like it. As far as mid wide receiver one production, it could definitely happen because who else is challenging him for targets? But it's scary. It could definitely dip because of the volume.
Yeah, that's so true. And the accurate volume is really the problem.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
The
The quality
efficiency,
volume.
the efficiency, and the accuracy. Like if the backup is Tyrod, there's not much hope for improvement. Really,
is it still Ladd over Wilson for y'all, or was that flip?
No, I'd have Wilson.
no, it's flipped.
Okay.
They're about dead even for me. I think things are a rebound for Ladd. Don't forget also after week 4, teams self-scout and
that's so
adjust,
Yep.
and things change quite a bit.
Yeah. If it was just one guy, like if it was just Keenan Allen or Quentin Johnson looking so good early in the season, then I'd be like Ladd. But because it's both of them, it's a tricky situation there.
Isn't QJ top 5 in targets in the league?
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
I would be so surprised if it continued just like that for the rest of the year.
I mean, I'm so surprised it's happening right now. So.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but even if I adjust my thinking to let's say Quentin Johnston is now just a good player. I still expect Ladd to command targets at some point. There's going to be games where he just shows that he's the superior talent.
Well, somebody tell him that.
He did have a bad game this week.
Yeah.
He really did.
Has he had a good game?
He had a really bad drop and another one that.
No, not a really bad drop. He had like 4 really bad drops.
I saw. Well, the one I saw was really bad.
No,
So,
he was dropping everything.
Yikes.
We got Nathan in the chat. He said Wilson or T-Mac. I said Wilson by quite a bit for me. Oh, it's T-Mac is
Tet.
It's
that's Tet. Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking. Gosh, I was thinking which one? Terry McLaurin. Yeah,
I thought Tracy McGrady. I was, I was like, yeah, me too.
I'll take Tracy McGrady in his prime.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't know, Wilson or T-Mac.
I think that's pretty close.
That is pretty close. It's the
not
same
bad, sir.
range.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the roster. Yeah, so if I need the points, I'd probably go with the safer option. And Wilson.
Neither one has a quarterback, so I guess that's the problem.
Oh, we better get to my next one. Before we circle down that drain.
Is it my turn?
No, it's Mike.
No, it's Mike's. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do another quarterback because I want to. So Cam Ward, and I have Scary Movie. Because the whole offense is just a joke. We know this is a family-friendly podcast, right? But Cam was pretty famous for saying this week we're ASS as a team, and they're awful. I thought it would be like bad, but I didn't think it would be this bad. Is it because I know we talk about, especially in the offseason and during rookie drafts, right? How first round quarterbacks and things like that get some insulation in their first year, get a little bit of grace. I feel like we haven't seen a whole lot, but I don't know if it's all on Cam Ward. So what are you guys thinking? If this really atrocious, I mean, let's just say it for fantasy specifically, atrocious offense with probably the first coach that's going to get fired in the season continues, are we going to be right putting Cam Ward down, or are we going to just give him a mulligan and hope things work out?
I'm buying Ward anywhere I can buy him. because I've watched him play, and he doesn't look like a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
He looks like a quarterback in a situation where anybody in the world would struggle.
Yeah.
So
That is true.
he's made some incredible throws. Some throws he has no business making this early on in his career. I like what I've seen from him. He's one of those guys, like, if you haven't watched the Titans, which I forgive you for not watching them, because I don't know why I did, but yeah, I mean, he looks like a baller. If they get a functional offense, he's going to be a good player.
Yeah, I agree. He, like I said, first week he looked good against the Broncos, but his stats definitely don't show that. So many drops, no one can get deep. It's crazy.
Are there rumors about Callahan being fired already?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay. There should be.
Yeah,
good. Yeah, no, I was worried that they were gonna give him time or whatever. So that's really good. That's really good.
No, it definitely is.
I'm still buying Ward, but I will say he's starting to develop tendencies that, as Chad mentioned, anyone in the world would behind that offense. But he is starting to develop tendencies over these last few weeks that we didn't even see in college, like unsteady footwork. That was one thing. His feet were almost so lazy in college that it was weird. But now he's starting to get a little bit quicker feet and a little bit more indecisiveness. So I really hope this season doesn't ruin him. But I'm still excited because, as both of y'all or all of y'all have mentioned, he's made great plays. Some throws that probably only 10 or 15 guys in the league can make currently.
Yeah, and the weapons around him are. I mean, Calvin Ridley is like a good athlete that is just not. He just doesn't seem to care about football. He's just not a good football player.
I pushed back against you a little bit on your Calvin Ridley hate a while ago. After watching the Titans so far in the season, I can agree. You were right. He's washed. He's done. Like, he looks awful.
It makes no sense either because he had 1,000 yards last year, which isn't some crazy number, but I mean 1,000 yards is 1,000 yards.
Just doesn't seem to care that much.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I don't know why he didn't look very good. So
he's not the type of player that hones his craft and gets better. You know, with age, he just gets worse.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's just coasting.
I don't know his personality, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious when a player works hard and turns into Puka Nacua. You know, like that guy works hard. Jalen Hurts works hard. Calvin Ridley's got more ability than either one of those guys, and if he worked at it, he obviously doesn't. So,
somebody get Jalen Hurts to work on throwing the ball.
All right, Chad, what's your next one?
He's working on the wrong thing. Actually, so I've got let me see here. Sorry.
Can you get Cam Ward for like a couple seconds?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna hold my tongue. I was
What?
The offer I received yesterday. I'm not gonna bring it up. I mean, it should. No, there's nobody on here, but it's a friend of the pod, and I'll say the dignity here. I mean, no, he's still got to be a first.
He's a first,
yeah,
he's got to be. And if he's not, buy him now.
Yeah,
like hurry up.
I'd buy him for contenders first all day in every single league.
Yeah,
every single league I have.
I would too.
So I've got Jalen Hurts and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my god!
Because it's total chaos. There's no real plan, but sometimes he always finds a way to reach his target in dynasty points.
He gets his girl.
Yeah.
It's a good one, to be honest.
That's a good one.
It is a mess. I thought it was funny. Jesse said, talking about how Carolina doesn't have a quarterback, and he's dealing with Jalen Hurts every week. Bryce would dominate in that offense. Absolutely dominate.
Are you out of your mind? It's not Hurts. Hurts is not the problem. You know who the problem is.
He's a top 3 running back.
Yeah,
it's Kevin Patullo. It is the offensive coordinator. It is gross and stale, and it also is AJ Brown, by the way. Like he has not been consistent. He has not been consistently.
Why'd you have to bring an eagle up?
It is also. It is also.
See you on 30.
The offensive line has been constantly hurt in and out and not getting push and not getting the protection that
So they're finally
has.
dealing with what every other franchise deals with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything.
Finally.
It's all everybody else's fault because everything isn't the best in the league.
Yeah, and
But
so
they're
Hurts
still
can't be good.
somehow still 4-0, but Hurts has been fine. Literally been fine. It's just look at the offense. Look at the play calling is just bad. It's bad. If you can't run the ball, how do you expect a quarterback to just command an offense? It just doesn't make any sense.
That's literally every single. That's literally like 3/4 of the teams in the league. You can't run the football.
Then teams that can't run the football can't also like pass the ball. Right?
Here's the thing, Jesse, you're not used to it because, and Jalen Hurts definitely isn't used to it. He's just experiencing what 80% of quarterbacks experience in the NFL.
Yeah,
for the first time. That's what he's experiencing.
So true.
I don't know, man. If you remember,
it's exactly what
terrible
it is.
his first year.
It's exactly what it is. He's just experiencing the average quarterback experience.
I mean, the last couple of games, I don't really think you can put any of it on Hurts. You can't put why is
the average? We just talked about Cam Ward.
Why is nobody
Giants quarterback? Why
is nobody
Panthers
putting this on Saquon Barkley? What's he doing to spark this offense?
Yeah, why isn't
you
Saquon...
really put me on the defensive, Chad? I don't understand. My head's spinning. I don't even understand what we're talking about at this point.
Chad, who's your next one?
No, it was my turn. Chad just
went.
Chad just hit that.
Wait,
banger.
are we going to talk about Hurts in dynasty terms?
I've tried to sell him, and he's not worth anything.
Why do you really?
know that?
Can't sell him.
Why do you want to
you can't sell him?
I've tried Bo Nix in a little plus. I tried Caleb Williams straight up, basically.
I mean, he's scoring points. People don't want him.
I mean, it's ugly. Nobody believes it's going to last, and I think that's truly what it is. It's so ugly.
I need to go out and buy him everywhere.
I have a share. I'm going to send you an offer, buddy.
The only, I swear the only quarterback that gets a worse rap than Hurts is the only quarterback I care about as much as Hurts. That's my boy.
Might be a pattern, Jesse.
Subpar play, Jesse.
Quarterback play. Yeah.
Maybe coping a little bit there.
I'm waiting for that offer, Austin.
Okay, I'll send it. Buddy. As long as you have at least a decent quarterback in that league, I'll send it.
Jesse's argument is the two quarterbacks I care about are both the most misrepresented players in the entire league.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. It's a mighty crazy coincidence.
Did you hear? Was that in our chat that I saw that video of Tua after the game? Did you guys see his interview?
No, I did not.
He's thanking God for the win and
keeping
for
safe,
keeping everybody safe for the most part.
Tyreek Hill's legs.
He goes for the most part.
Not laughing at Tyreek Hill's injury.
No. It's just.
Well, you can't expect Tua to remember stuff like that.
No, I guess you can't. I think it just
forgot what happened in the second quarter.
It occurred to him mid-sentence.
All right, I'm going to go next with another just banger of a name.
Right.
I've got Kyle Pitts, and I linked him to Paranormal Activity. The video footage is always there, but during the season, we're just actually waiting for their production to come.
I liked it.
It's been better this year because he's actually somewhat startable. But that's really about it for you. Like, is anybody kind of excited? I mean, he's been decent, been better than he has been. Are you buying? Are you just trying to get out of him if you have him? What's he worth?
I like it. I'll take him, man. If I could pay in a premium, if I can get him for contenders first, and I'm starting, I don't know, someone like Njoku or something or Kelsey, I'd go for Pitts.
Okay.
For what? How much?
A contender first.
No.
I mean, he's tied in 8 currently.
Yeah.
And the offense really hasn't clicked yet, so
I'm not paying a first for a tight end, any tight end, whoever the tight end need is, because that's below the the mark of where I care. What I'm saying is I feel like I can get a guy for much less to get similar production. I'll go after Brenton Strange or something like that.
Okay. Chad, you care at all?
Mm.
I didn't think so. I figured you didn't.
And the whole thing feels a little bit like smoke and mirrors to me.
How come? I mean, he's had 2 pretty dang good weeks.
He has where they've come out and
he
focused
looks
on
better too.
They focused on him. They also haven't had Mooney. I will say Penix looked a lot better last week. I don't know what the heck. I guess he got a really good night's sleep or something, but he looked a lot better in week 4 than he did in week 3 when everybody thought Cousins was going to be the guy or whatever.
Was that the one that was in England? Maybe that's why.
No,
maybe.
Was it overseas?
That was in Charlotte, which is like the same thing, but a little different.
Oh, that's right.
Hawkinson or Pitts?
Yeah, it's about the same. I don't care.
think I agree, to be honest.
Yeah, about the same.
Which is
That's
so
crazy.
ugly.
I don't want to. I really don't want to start either.
No.
If that's what's going in my flex, then I don't expect to win.
This is depressing.
Yeah, the amount of leagues I have Hawkinson in my flex and agreeing with that statement is just so sad.
Oh man.
I mean, I'll
Can I
start
do
Sean
another tight
Tucker.
end?
Yeah, please be a better one.
Can we talk more Sean Tucker tonight at some point?
No,
gosh.
absolutely.
No,
We've done hit
please
enough of your
no.
players tonight.
Go ahead, Mike.
So mine is Brock Bowers, and the movie, which I'll admit I haven't seen. I just did it because of the title. Is Nope, because does Chip Kelly like him? Nope. Does Gino want to throw to him? Nope. And I don't understand it. He is clearly better than Trey Tucker, for Pete's sake.
Maybe
I just don't
they
get.
look similar.
I just don't get why he's not getting the targets. I really, it baffles me. I know he's got the injury and he's kind of looked a little clunky with it, but still, I don't get it. I blame Chip Kelly.
I have to think that it's a combination of Chip Kelly being terrible, just terrible, and tipping his plays again. This is why he got fired last time. Well, also he didn't use and then gave away his best players, so expect that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it also could be that Bowers is not healthy. At least he finally got Genty going.
Yeah, Pete Carroll did come out and say that he was gonna going forward, get him more involved in the game plan, and then also he thought that he would look a lot. He said he thought he would look a lot better when the knee brace came off. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Maybe the injury is a little bit more debilitating than we're giving it credit for.
Yeah.
Mike, your homework for this week is to watch Nope. It's a good movie. I liked it.
Nope.
Yeah.
You didn't like it,
Nope.
Chad?
No, I haven't seen it.
Austin, you haven't seen it, Austin? You're the horror guy.
It's a good title, though.
It's a really good. I thought it was really good. I'm not a huge Jordan Peele movie guy. I thought the first one was good. What was the first one?
Get Out.
Get Out.
That's the one that got him.
I thought Get Out was very good. Nope was very good. I didn't like the one with the mirror people and the underground thing, whatever that was. I didn't like that one at all.
I don't know
But
that
Nope is very good. I don't want to give anything away. I'm not even going to talk about it. I want you all to watch it.
Okay.
All right, Chad, you're up.
All right. So, well, this one you've got to stick with me here. Listen closely, listen intently, and try to piece this together because it is pretty complex. But I've got Caleb Johnson, and the movie is It because he's a clown in a sewer.
Oh God,
that has to hurt you saying that out loud.
Yeah. I'll be nice and say he's not a clown in the sewer. He's a clown and his values in the sewer.
Yeah. And production, and I mean, how much longer until he gets a healthy scratch?
Oh,
Gosh, that's so wild.
I just pretend like he doesn't exist now.
He got a couple carries and actually looked good on 2 of them on Sunday. So,
Gosh, when Warren comes back, though, is he?
they're going
I
they're
guess
going
that's the
into
thing,
their
right?
they're going into their bye week. Sometimes rookies get a little run coming out of the bye. But the quote was that they do expect him to be a contributor at some point this season still.
I hope so.
Be on special teams.
Oh, that quote was hilarious. When they were asking about him and asking how he was going to contribute, and he's like, well, "I know one thing: he's not even returning kicks."
Yeah.
Who said that? Tomlin?
Tomlin. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Well,
Has anyone tried to get him? Do you want to like a third?
I would buy him.
don't know.
I would
A
buy
third?
him. Buy him. If I could buy him for a contender second, I would. I've actually tried.
I have enough shares to be honest.
I have
He
one
kept
share.
falling to me in rookie drafts.
Yeah,
So,
I ended up
I got
getting a
one.
bunch of shares
yeah,
too.
I have like 4 or 5, which really sucks. But
I'm already waiting those out. But
yeah,
yeah,
I'm not moving them for sure.
in theory,
most
yeah,
don't.
I would pay 2 seconds for him, no problem.
2.
Oh wow,
2 seconds.
Ooh, I would not.
He
you
reminds
might
me of-
gain another share.
Yeah, he reminds me a little of Trey Benson last year.
Yeah.
How about Trey Benson this year?
Gosh, that sucks.
that's
That injury
sad, man.
sucks. Just now that he.
That's
Well, he wasn't good
I
either.
hate
What do you
that.
mean?
I hate that. I swear when Kyron goes down and Corum gets his shot, same.
Have
thing's
you
gonna happen.
seen the snap share this season? Now, of course,
I know Corum's getting run and
It
looking
was
good
like
doing it.
58-42 last week.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is tonight's game. I'm not going to look, but
Wow, Kyron went off.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did see that.
Buried me already in a game.
Can
Alright,
I know I already did this one, but I was between 2 with Jalen Hurts. Can I just give the other one just because I
Yes,
know it'll
please
hurt
do,
Jesse
yeah.
a little bit?
Yeah.
So the other one that I had thought about for him was Paranormal Activity, because there's a lot of shaky footage. You look at the box score and it looks really impressive, but when you rewatch it, you realize nothing impressive actually happened.
It's not.
All right,
I'm gonna go get my goat. I'm gonna put him back in the pen. I'm gonna say that Paranormal Activity, that movie, scared the crap out of me.
the first one's really good. The other ones are
That's
not.
the only one that I saw and
Yeah.
care to see. The footprints in the baby powder. I'm done. That pretty much signaled the end of me watching horror movies. To be honest with you, I'm done. I don't need that. Think about that shit all the time when I'm trying to go to sleep.
You need to watch The Strangers.
No,
It's the best one.
hell no. I know which one you're talking about. I'm not watching that crap.
The original Strangers. Yeah.
Psychotic people. No.
All right, well, I've got one more, and I bunched 3 quarterbacks. 2 of them we've talked about tonight in it together. C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, and Trevor Lawrence is all linked with the Sixth Sense. We keep seeing signs that they could be good, but half the time we're wondering if it's all in our head. We've talked about them enough, so I don't need to bring them up. I just thought it was a good one.
All right, let's just go around the horn and say who we would rather have out of those 3.
Oof.
Who is it again? Trevor, Bryce, and who?
Stroud.
Stroud.
Chad,
Bryce.
Austin.
Bryce.
I don't want any of them right now.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't love any of
I don't
them,
want
but
any of them either, but I'll take Bryce. I actually think that he has the best line, and maybe good coaching. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh,
I don't know either.
I-
Yeah,
I get the
It's a
feeling
mess.
that things might start to click in Carolina at some point this season.
I hope so.
I don't get the feeling in those other 2 places. So
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, one of them is likely a goodbye currently. Likely. Just don't have a single ounce of clue which one it is.
when did you guys figure out that Bruce Willis was dead in The Sixth Sense?
at the end.
Yeah.
Because I was a kid when it came out. I'm not.
Yeah, same
you
here.
guys were-
Yeah.
You guys
I was
were
young
children.
when I watched
wasn't
that.
in my early 40s.
I still didn't get it after it happened. Somebody had to explain it to me.
Okay. I was in my mid-20s and I actually kind of ruined it for those watching it with me when I pointed out he was wearing the same
Oh,
clothes.
you're one of those.
You're a
I just all I said
movie?
was why is
Gosh,
he?
what is wrong
All I
with
said,
you?
all I said, did you guys notice he's wearing the same clothes? And it kind of
Way to go.
All right. It's me.
All right, Mike. Yeah.
I'm gonna group up my last two because Chad used one of my movies, but it was for Jalen Waddle, and I put it just because Tyreek with his crazy smiles and stuff when he got injured and taken off the field, and because Pennywise comes and then he leaves, so like Tyreek is gone now. So that was that for Waddle, and then for CMC I did Annihilation because he is the last one standing. What's crazy to me, like the craziest stat for him is, he's averaging over 10 targets a game.
Yeah.
As a running back.
Mm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's the RB1.
He
by the way.
is. And he didn't hurt it tonight, in case you were wondering.
As long as he's healthy, right? That's what we said. So it's wild.
Yeah, he looks phenomenal, like always, when he's healthy.
Yeah. What about Waddle? I know you and I were pretty high on him, Austin. Do you think there's going to be a big bump? Are you excited for that, or do you?
I don't think that offense is good enough for him to see a big bump, but overall, I mean, yeah, he should see some kind of target increase. He's looked good when he gets the ball. He just hadn't got it a lot. Same problem as last year. Well, last year, to be honest, he didn't look that good, but he actually looks good this year when he's getting the ball.
He does, yeah.
See if it goes up this time.
If anyone, I think this helps A-Chain.
Yeah, Unfortunately, you're probably right.
Yeah, probably true.
Cool. Chad, you got any more?
I did have a Bryce Young one.
Let's hear it.
No one's going to be Final Destination because we all show up to watch the movie, but we all know exactly how it's going to end up.
I'm glad somebody brought those movies up. My favorite horror franchise of all time.
Ugh, I hate those movies.
I love them. They're just so much fun. There's no stakes. All the people that die you don't care about. They all die in funny ways. It's good. The roller coaster one I think is my favorite. Or where the roller coaster goes off the tracks. I don't ride roller coasters anymore, by the way.
I don't either. Not because of those movies, but I don't either.
Can I give my last one?
Yeah.
So my last one was Frankenstein, and this one was Anthony Richardson because it looks like he was built in a lab, but they forgot to teach him how to play football.
They forgot to animate him.
Got his brain.
He's not even irrelevant.
Actually, I mean, he's kind of a sneaky buy.
Yeah, I was going to ask if y'all would pay a third or take him in on like a throw-in value of a third.
He's going to end up going somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, this might sound kind of crazy too, but I would do the same thing with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he's definitely. I was just thinking about that today because I do have him on an injured reserve somewhere. He is going to go somewhere and play eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I doubt he'll look any good. Anthony Richardson, I think his best bet is the Geno Smith plan.
The
just
thing
sit
is, like,
for a few years.
If your roster is deep and you can afford to take these players on, they're basically free, and the outcome at worst, right, is that you wasted a roster spot on them.
Yeah.
At best, I mean, you end up with a second, you end up with a first, late first or something. I mean, it's not unheard of. So, I mean, if you can get Deshaun Watson for fab, if you can get, Anthony Richardson for a third, these are all moves that probably smart moves.
Yeah, absolutely.
I almost offered you a second for Daniel Jones, Austin, in a league the other day, but then I realized I traded him to you for a third, so that'll never happen.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys
Maybe
have any more?
Two from you would probably be my price.
No, you're not. I'm not. We're not trading. So, you guys have any more?
No, that's it for me.
All right. This was fun. I liked it. Went about like I expected. All right, so we're done. That's it. We're gonna a little soft transition. That's it. We're in the overtime. Off the clock. You guys watch anything good this week?
I did. Yeah, I watched the Terminal List, Dark Wolf on Amazon Prime.
What is that?
So the Terminal List was a season that came out about Chris Pratt, a group of Navy SEALs that there was a leak, and so he's hunting down people that were responsible for a lot of his team getting killed or whatever. And this new one is, well, kind of like that, I guess, because it's the same team, but like one guy kind of goes off and like executes essentially a bad guy, and so he loses his SEAL status and stuff, and so he's kind of a rogue operator. He gets hired by the CIA as an operator, and so it follows his path, but it's following the same storyline of the guy he killed, right? So Iran getting nuclear capabilities essentially. So it was really well done, really well acted. I almost want to use some of the videos with my cadets to teach them how to shoot and move and communicate, because it's
really
the best. It's probably the best I've seen it in an actual like war movie where it's like, hey, I'm moving, cover me, I'm reloading. They're actually like talking to each other and doing the stuff. So it's a good example of that. So they did a good job.
Did you ever see? I wish I could remember the name of the movie now. But did you ever see the movie that they made? It stars actual Navy SEALs.
No, I know the one you're talking about.
It was really good. Like, they're not great actors
because their acting sucks. I heard about that. Yeah,
they're not great, but I liked it. I thought it was really well done. You all right, Mike?
Got attacked by the mic again. That's awesome.
It's exactly what the mic says every time that happens.
I thought it was really well done, and I would love to hear what like a military person thought about that movie. Because I
mean, I'm not a SEAL, so I'm not going to act like I do. Act of Valor. That's what you were thinking about.
Act of Valor. Yeah, I knew it had something to do with valor.
I'm not a SEAL, so I won't give that. But
no,
basic stuff was cool.
You're a human.
Chad is on it right now. My man is on fire.
Nobody got that mic joke?
Yes, I did. That's why I said you're on fire.
Yeah,
I got it.
I didn't.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Chad, you watch anything this week?
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Austin.
I did, but I forgot what it was, so apparently it wasn't that good.
I did too. That's exactly where I'm at.
I texted my lady. I was like, "What the heck did we watch this week?"
That's why we have a show sheet, guys.
I watched something.
We have a show sheet. Oh wait, I'm not. Chad,
oh, hey, but did you guys hear about the yogurt shop?
Yes, yogurt shop murders. Yes, I watched it, and they recently caught the guy.
Yeah, they caught him. Yeah, they just caught him like last week.
Yeah, through DNA, and it was
this week. It might have been this week.
It was actually it was a serial killer. It was none of the people that they suspected.
Yeah, none of the young boys that they accused of doing it. Like none of the 5.
None of them
that all confessed to it.
Yeah, ruin these guys' lives. I've seen a bunch of documentaries where they get false confessions.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad.
What was the one? Oh, Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
That was the first one that I saw that kind of opened my eyes.
Yeah, they I remember in the documentary of the yogurt shop murder documentary, they were like the one investigator that kept getting like coerced confessions, and they were like refused to tell him information because they didn't trust that the actual confessions he was getting.
Right.
I'm like, bro, if you have to like withhold information from your investigator to make sure that the confessions are not coerced, then you probably need to find a new investigator, guys.
Right. Well, there's a whole playbook. There's I forget what it's called, but there's a whole technique to it, and it's very controversial at this point. But every police department used to use it at one point.
Yeah, if you guys listen to podcasts, which you should because we're on one.
That's right.
There's the podcast series Serial. They did an interesting episode where they were like going over like different kind of court proofs that are used for like evidentiary reasons. So like experts that would come in, but it's all junk science, and it's like super fascinating.
Oh, I did just listen to that one actually. Yeah. The most famous, if you listen to the podcast, the most famous podcast, Serial, the first true podcast.
Yeah, but not everybody knows the first one they did, but they've done a lot of good stuff after that. So
right on. I'm an only murders in the building kind of guy. The wife and I spent Saturday night having a couple cocktails and watching Haunted Hotel, the entire series. We binged the entire 10 episodes. It's from Matt Roller, who is Rick and Morty. But it's more, I would compare it more to Solar Opposites. Actually, it's a lot like Solar Opposites, but it's haunted themed instead of alien themed. It's really, really good. Oh man, I can't even think of his name now, but from SNL, he was in Last Man on Earth. MacGruber. The guy that played MacGruber. Nobody can remember his
The
name.
only thing in the last like several sentences you said, Rick and Morty's the only thing I knew. So, I don't know what that says about me.
I watched a trailer and I was like, this is not my cup of tea.
Oh, I liked it. I like Solar Opposites a lot. Anyway, yeah, I would absolutely recommend. How come how come they don't
What?
they don't list the star? I'm trying to Google MacGruber.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just remembered the
Oh, Will
show
Forte.
that I had watched. It's called Task. It's on HBO, and it's starring Mark Ruffalo. It's actually pretty good so far. So I'm only a couple episodes in. I think it's like a 10 episode, kind of mini series thing. But it's pretty decent so far. I don't know if it's gonna keep it up, but check it out. Maybe.
Is Janine Garofalo also in it?
I don't even know who that is. I assume it's somebody related to Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo. Yeah. You don't know who Janine Garofalo is?
No.
Nobody.
Is that a real person?
It is a real person. I guess
Okay.
she's non-existent now. I guess her career is done.
She was a killer in the 60s. Everybody knew who she was.
Literally a stand-up in the 90s and 2000s. She was in Reality Bites. I don't know. She was.
Buddy, I was born in '92, so stand up in the '90s is not going to hit for me. Just so you know,
It was a golden age, man.
I bet it was awesome. I got a ton of toys.
It's where we got Seinfeld, Chris Rock, all the good ones. Smart.
Eddie Murphy was great in the 90s.
Huh?
No, that was the 80s.
Oh,
by the 90s, he was doing
same thing.
Yeah,
Before me, so
yeah.
By the 90s, he was doing the clumps. It was bad.
Nathan in the chat asked if you guys are looking forward to the game of the week, Finns versus Panthers.
That's right. Yeah, the Panthers are good at home, so it should be a good game.
I'll tell you what, if the Dolphins wear those uniforms again, then yes.
Those were fire. I like those.
Those were really cool. I don't know if we've advertised this or not on the actual podcast yet, but we have a really good resource for those of you that are struggling, and it's called the Bad Team Support Group. It's in the process of being trademarked, but basically we provide support for those of you who are struggling with anxiety, depression, anything related to the team that you support. Yeah. So join the Discord. You say hi to us in the Bad Team Support Group. We welcome all walks of life, all teams, except for the Jets. We do.
We just don't have any in there currently.
Maybe we'll be a little nicer to the Jets if somebody comes in. But
Chad, me and you are really active in there.
Nathan's in there.
Yeah, Nate. Yeah, that's what we like to see. If they win 2 in a row, he's going to have to get booted out of it for a short-term period. Especially I'm in there.
Winning streak. So maybe if you get winning streak, you can't talk.
Yeah, we can't have any positivity in this group about winning. Like Austin.
I made the mistake.
The Panthers won one game, and I was like, "Cool it." Like, this is gonna hurt next week, Austin. This is really gonna hurt. And sure enough.
Yeah, because I said maybe I don't belong in here. I quickly remembered that I not only belong in here, I am the head chaperone. So yeah, it's fun to suffer together, and you have really good moral support because me and Chad are really good at being bad team fans. Mm-hmm. So if you have a question, we're here we know we've already been through it. We know.
Yeah. So any Titans fans, we're looking at you. Any Jacksonville Jaguar fans, we're looking. Actually, I think they've been pretty good. But
I don't think they count yet.
Yeah. No.
Cleveland.
Yeah. Cleveland. Yeah, we're looking at you. So come find us.
Raiders.
All right. I guess
Can't
that's
wait
it.
till it's the Eagles.
Soon enough.
On that note, this has been the front
If they
office.
keep Jalen Hurts,
That's right.
Powered
Well,
by
it
Beavers.
he works so hard.
Catch us on YouTube and Facebook at Dynasty Front Office, Twitter X at Front Office FF, Discord, link is in the description. See you every Thursday, pod release on Fridays. Please like and subscribe.